He has history. He's very tough.
Okay, hand in hand.
Take a look at the height differential between these two as we start up. 86 kilos, first of 2 bronze medal matches. ABAKAROV, the tall wrestler from Azerbaijan, the battle-tested veteran from Slovakia, MAKOEV. In the blue and gray.
Red zone.
And ABAKAROV, great head of hair too. Got that curly hair, big beard. He's got an unorthodox style with that length too, where he uses his length really well and position. Tough to be a tall wrestler. I mean, I don't really know anything about that. Being a short,
I wasn't going to say
anything. Yeah, it's all right. But being a short, squatty guy, but wrestling a tall guy is difficult too because they can use their leverage so well.
Trying to work off the left arm of MAKOEV. And when you match up against a tall, lean giant like ABAKAROV, there are some advantages. There are some opportunities. What did you like when you went up against a guy that's a good head taller than you?
Yeah, I try to keep my hands in the center of their chest, try to keep my head lower than their chin. I don't like to go forehead to forehead with someone who's long because then there's a further distance to get to their legs. So trying to just transfer my body and get my forehead in their chest and the top of my head underneath their chin to get to their attack, to get to my attacks. It's difficult to get in deep on a tall person unless you're getting them stepping into you because they use, and you look how low ABAKAROV's chest is when he's in that low stance. That's a long way to get to their legs. So what MAKOEV's going to try and do is snap ABAKAROV's hands down to the mat and then get a second attack because you're not just going to shoot straight in on his length.
I mean, you look at it at the world stage, this probably is as big a differential you'll have between 2 body types at this weight with the height that ABAKAROV brings.
Right, and MAKOEV being a little older, I don't want to say he has a dad bod because he doesn't. He's big and strong. However, he doesn't look as physical specimen as ABAKAROV.
A lot of success in the younger ranks for ABAKAROV. 4 age group world medals, as we talked about. He won the Cadet World in 2016. Azerbaijan felt this could be the year that he really hit the scene at the senior level, and they were right. Chance to earn the bronze medal for the young star, the young budding star from Azerbaijan. You can tell MAKOEV wants to work off that Russian tie, loves to grab the arm, get the 2 hands, baseball grip style. Trying to work any type of snap, maybe any type of pull where he can get to the corner and get around this tall frame of ABAKAROV.
Right, and David Taylor was able to get both of these men with that half Nelson, that bar half. But ABAKAROV was keeping him at bay to start the match. And once David Taylor got on top, he was able to use his strength with that bar half.
Yeah, and Taylor was highly complimentary of ABAKAROV in the post-match press conference, talking about, hey, this guy stayed stubborn with his positions. He really never put himself in a bad position, and you kind of saw that here in the first 3 minutes. Nothing really on the board offensively, but not giving the veteran MAKOEV any type of opening to take advantage of.
Right, but when David Taylor did get on top of both of these guys,
it's over.
It was filthy. It was really well done, where he went from that just pressure position. You thought he was going to go trap arm gut, but it went to the high half instead.
And you just wonder how many of these opponents are used to having that slapped on them in the practice room, with folk style not being a big part of the European Asian tradition.
Absolutely not. And, you know, half Nelson is such a staple in the folk style position. You just don't see someone not locking their hands and going up high. Let's see if he goes chest wrap here. MAKOEV was trying to go chest wrap and get the weight to ABAKAROV's hands. Now he will do it, and ABAKAROV went to that underhook, got his forehead under the chin of MAKOEV, and was able to push him out of bounds for a 1-point step out.
2-0 lead for ABAKAROV. Some early fireworks here to start the second period. He was the one who shot initially. He shoots again, so he has stepped on the gas offensively since his discussion in the corner. A little bit of a different approach from what we saw in the first 3 minutes.
Right, and he did a little outside step, left arm swing single, more of a straight single, and with his length, kind of like we saw from Magomedov earlier, able to get his hands locked. And if he can get those hands locked, he's going to be really dangerous in that single position. So 2-0 lead for ABAKAROV here in the second period.
Again, he comes in low, sprawling backwards, MAKOEV. Trying to thrust those hips in, but the strength of ABAKAROV, and he finishes it for 2, and he grabs a 4-0 lead, immediately goes to the gut wrench, rolls MAKOEV near the edge, and a 6-0 advantage.
What a beautiful attack. He was able to get his hands locked, pulled his hands to his chest, scooted his hips to the side, and was able to get 2 on the takedown, and then boom, right away, he went right to the gut wrench and transitioned for 2-2. That's something that, you know, to win a world medal, you have to be able to be tough on top. And to win a world medal, honestly, you really have to be able to defend the gut wrench. And I don't know if you've ever had some of these guys lock around your ribs. It takes the air right out of you. It is brutal.
It's a punishing position. What's more painful, the wrench or the lace?
Totally different.
It is a different type of pain tolerance.
I would literally much rather give up a leg lace than a gut wrench, because you feel a gut wrench for weeks. Now your calf gets a little sore when the top of your shin digs into your calf. But one of the coaches here, Sergey Beloglazov, he now coaches in Ann Arbor, Michigan for the Cliff King Wrestling Club, and he did a camp for us. We were laughing about it the other day. I still have the video where, he's in his mid-50s and he locked up a gut wrench. I hurt for 2 weeks afterwards, where I thought my rib was going to explode. So another 2 points where ABAKAROV is doing a great job of getting exposure points, and 1 point on the reversal for MAKOEV.
Yeah, freestyle wrestling just won on the reversal. Now he goes to a wrench of his own. He'll get the turn, they go out of bounds, back to their feet, but a little bit of life from MAKOEV, who was in some real danger of maybe surrendering a technical superiority fall here.
Right, he again went to that little short arm gut wrench where the top of the rib cage is just crushed. And ABAKAROV said, hey, I'm up by a bunch right now.
How about this? MAKOEV, crafty. The veteran sneaks in for 2. Immediately goes back, trying to lock those hands underneath the belly button. Thrust up the body, trying to build that elevation and pressure. Good job by ABAKAROV underneath, keeping that base down, and we go to the feet with 8 seconds to go. Maybe a little too late for MAKOEV.
Right, and that's where the power is, when ABAKAROV was able to rest his waist and his hand on the hands of MAKOEV in that gut wrench position. But MAKOEV, 3 seconds to go, a little too late. That second period was a lot of action and was worth the price of admission.
ABAKAROV, I still think the key stretch was the beginning stages of period